What's up everybody? BG Wizard / Canadian Wiz back for another video. Today it is the final tier list you guys have been waiting for. It's the best healers in rated Battlegrounds specifically. So we'll be ranking all of the healer classes and where I think that they rank for rated Battlegrounds. So let's get into it. Should be a relatively short list because it's only a few specs, only a few classes. So we're going to start at the top and we'll work our way down. Discipline Priest. Number one. Every team should have one of these, I think. You usually see one on every team. They are simply just the best healer, I think. Great cooldowns. The dome is huge. You can use that to negate a lot of enemy damage. Pain suppression, of course. And yeah, just good good abilities. Atonement healing. You name it, they got it. So very good class right now. You definitely want at least probably one discipline priest, and I highly recommend having one on your team. And that's actually going to be the S tier right there. I'm cutting it off. Discipline priest at the top. Let's move on to A tier. So next, this might be surprising, but I'm actually going to put Mistweaver and Resto Druid as A tier. However, I think that Mistweaver is like kind of like actually above maybe Resto Druid a little bit. Okay, and then let me explain. So, Mistweaver is basically like almost S tier, but I think that maybe they're kind of like in between A and S tier. Like I think Discipline's better, but because of the Warlock meta right now, every team having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, heck, even 6 Warlocks. Um, Revival is a very strong ability, so it makes you immune to magic damage, and it's just such a huge ability for your team to have. You know, those rift knocks where the ground goes purple and your whole team gets ported, that's from a Warlock. And if a Mistweaver's on your team, they can press Revival, and basically that port no longer ports your team anywhere. So just things like that. They have really good movement. They are good healers for your flag carrier because they can keep up with them and they can, you know, ring a doorway as you guys run through it. And that, of course, the Mistweaver bubble is a strong cooldown as well. So I think Mistweavers are probably ahead of Resto Druid. However, I will say Resto Druid is very good right now. I'm pleasantly surprised. I've been playing with one every night. Shout out Got Heals. Um, he's a Resto Druid. But their heals are just crazy, man. And they have the stealth, they have the movement, so they can kind of keep up with your offense. They can float out to bases on node maps. They can, you know, get from blacksmith to mine super quick. They can shapeshift, of course, being a druid, so they can kind of just move around real quick. They have the stealth capability, but their heal. Most importantly, this is a healing tier list, and their heals right now are very strong. So I've seen a Resto Druid on a couple high-rated teams. I know we use one every night. Um, so for that reason, I think I have to put Resto Druid A tier. I just think that they are better than the rest that are on this list, and I think that we usually want one every night, if I'm being honest. So Discipline's like for sure. Mistweaver is like you probably want one, and Resto Druid is a close third where it's like, yeah, that's a good class. Let's take it. You know. So these are my top 3 recommended. Um, and then let's move into the rest of the healers. So B tier. Um, I don't really know what to do here. I'm not sure. It might look like this, where Holy Priest, Resto Shaman, and Holy Pallies are kind of all B tier. Or you could even make an argument that like they're C tier. Or maybe it's like that, something like that. I think I'll go with this. I've seen a couple Holy Priests. They're pretty good. Um, you know, I would not, if I was gonna say, you know, hey, these are the healers you should take, I'm definitely going with Disc, Mistweaver, Resto Druid. But, you know, the odd team might have a Holy Priest, and that might be okay. I still think you would need a Discipline Priest, but if you had a Discipline and a Holy Priest, it's probably okay. Holy Priests are decent, I think. Um, I don't see a lot of them. Typically, priests just play discipline in RBGs. However, I will say Holy Priest seems to be a little bit more played and better than the last 2 here. Once again, you could make an argument to put them all on the same level, whether that's B or C tier, that's up for debate. Um, so I think I'll just leave it like this. Resto Shaman and Holy Paladin are just extremely underplayed. You do not see a lot of them. They are certainly not the meta. Now that being said, if a really good player hops on one of these classes, I think they can make it work. You know, there is certain benefits to having them, like maybe say a grounding totem and a wind shear, spirit link. You know, there is, low key those abilities, freedom and sack, bubble sack. So, they could bring something to the table if a good player hops in that class. I just, once again, if you look at the top three versus the bottom three on this list, I just think you'll do so much better if you use those S and A tier classes versus using these bottom three. Once again, you don't see them too often, so for that reason, this is kind of just after playing a ton of games and trying every healer in my group. I think that this is what has shaped the list for me. So yeah, I hope this helps you guys. I hope these recommendations can maybe help your team get a better healing comp and maybe push some rating. So that's my list. I hope you guys enjoyed the healing RBG tier list for season 4, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out. Thanks for watching.